What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one, I'm going to be breaking down what's going on with NIO, Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down what's happening to the market thus far, what you should be watching for as time progresses, what's happening with all the news involving NIO, and what's going on with all these different things affecting the share price. But before I break anything down, let me just mention a couple of things. I am personally not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Weeble, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 6 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you guarantee 20 free stocks, plus 6 months of level 2 data. And if you put in $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 70 free stocks plus 12 months of level 2 data. This offer ends in just about 12 days from now, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market. So, I just want to break down that so far NIO is holding up quite decently. We got a very nice push when we opened, hitting 8.28 before the stock price came right back down. And overall, it's holding up quite decently. But the question is, how will NIO move going forward? Are we about to uptrend from here? Is NIO going to bounce more? Or can NIO see a little pullback first before it continues higher later on? So I'm going to break down more details about that. Let's first talk about the market and the news. Then I'm going to break down how the charts are looking. For the markets, don't forget that an hour before market open, we have the initial jobless claims report coming out. This could be important, so watch for this if you're interested in seeing some volatility an hour before market open. This will cause the market to maybe gap up or gap down. We will just have to see from there. And then we also have at 11:30 a.m. the next significant piece of data will be the bill auctions. This could cause some volatility as this will be impacted by treasuries, and it's going to be very important based off interest rates and things like that. So we'll just be watching for this. And then besides that, at 3 o'clock p.m., we have the Consumer Credit Change Report coming out. We will see what this looks like. This is going to be important for how consumer spending is looking and consumer credit. So watch for that very carefully at 3 p.m. We have some minor pieces of data and initial jobless claims. And that's pretty much it for tomorrow's data. As far as NIO goes, their ET5 Touring has been the winner of a category for excellent product design. That's a German design award. Good news for them as they got an award. On top of this, when it comes to earnings, NIO narrowed its losses, excuse me, but it fell short on revenue and guidance. Not bad whatsoever, but what is good about this, so they narrowed their losses, which is good, and guidance has been quite decent for the fourth quarter. I'm going to be looking at 47 to 49,000 vehicles delivered during the last quarter, which would be a very nice increase of 17.3 to 22.3%. With lower costs of materials and components alongside improved manufacturing capacities, they basically expect the vehicle margin to rise to 15% in the fourth quarter, and that was optimistic amongst many investors. Now, excuse me, sorry guys, sorry about that again, guys. I don't know what just happened. Overall, for NIO, what's good about them is their margins are improving. They're showing some life there, and overall, they're trying to become a lot more efficient. They're going to be looking for more ways to reduce costs, improve their discipline when it comes to spending, and once again, they're going to look to optimize their operations by lowering costs and boosting efficiency. So that's good news for them. Let's hope they continue to improve. The share price bounced thanks to this. When it comes to other pieces of news coming out, NIO plans to spin off the EV battery unit by the end of the year. This is good news for them, as we're starting to see, according to Reuters, that many people were talking about profitability concerns for them, and that's why NIO is once again going to continue to spin off its battery manufacturing business. And this is going to be very useful for them because there's a lot that they could do with this when it comes to expansions and sales as well. So with that being said, this is another big business. This is going to help them with battery swapping, and I can't wait to see what comes from this. NIO Day for 2023 promises a new flagship EV model. Could it be the Ultra Lux ET9? Could be, but we'll just have to wait and see. With another model coming out, this is good news for the share price. This is why there was some excitement for today. I can't wait to see what happens on NIO Day 2023. So when is NIO Day 2023? I think it's going to be in later December, December 23rd. I think that for the short term, with the market cooling off a bit, this could kind of like anchor NIO down just a bit. But as we approach the third week of December, I expect a big bounce in NIO, and I think that NIO has upside potential. When it comes to their overall, the dark pool volume, we saw about 119 million in volume almost completely, and that's pretty good volume so far. And as we're getting good volume, we're still seeing some buy ratings from Deutsche Bank and Mizuho. So we'll be watching all of this very carefully. Overall, the metrics are looking quite good. And now the question is, what will NIO do moving forward? Well, I have some good news and bad news. The good news is NIO outperformed the market today, but the bad news is SPY starting to look more bearish. We're beginning to lose the 4-hour 50 EMA if we continue on this track tomorrow, since we didn't officially close below it. But if we do end up doing this tomorrow, I expect a bigger drop to be coming, and you want to be very, very careful. So watch that 454 area. We're just barely holding it for now. We're very close to the 4-hour 50 EMA, and we'll see how that looks tomorrow. We also have this bearish engulfing candle, which suggests that there could be more downside. There is a good chance of that happening, and our next target is going to be 450 very, very soon. So we might get a little pop thanks to initial jobless claims and a rejection. Wouldn't be surprised if we pop a bit, then come back down. And if we lose 454, I think we could come all the way down to 452, which I don't think is going to hold at that point. 450 would be our next target. And we'll see if we hold here or not. If we lose 450, we're going to likely fill this gap down here to 442 and then bounce. But for now, make sure you watch your levels as the market's starting to show some weakness. The daily is starting to turn a bit more bearish. On Tesla, and I just want to mention that before I talk about Tesla, SPY also happened to, excuse me, sorry guys, SPY also happened to have a head and shoulders like structure right over here. And this could be signaling more downside. Same thing on Tesla. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a head and shoulders like pattern right here, which could lead to some downside. We're going to be watching to see how Tesla reacts to 238. If we lose this, there's going to be more downside coming. 235, then like the low 230s would be our next targets. On the daily time frame, we have a bearish looking candlestick, so watch it come down to 238 and even below that. So watch it all very carefully. On top of that, when you look at Apple on the daily time frame is looking a little bit more bearish and be watching that 191.5 area. If we lose this, I think that 190 is a real possibility. We could continue to sell off, so we'll be watching this potentially drop even more. On the QQQ, we're also looking a little weak right now. We're just barely holding our 20 EMA. If we lose 383.5, the QQQ is going to be selling off even more. So it looks a bit more bearish, but watch to see if we sell off or not. From there, on Nvda, we look very bearish now. We actually got a big rejection. We made an attempt to balance and just rejected. Watch it come down to 450. If we lose that, 444 is going to be next. We also have this gap way down here at 422. Not saying it's going to fill yet, but I just want to keep that in the back of your mind. If 450 breaks, 444 to 440 are next. For Aapl, like I said before, Aapl was like turning a bit more bearish, and we're starting to see bearish technicals making up our flow. So watch 192. If Aapl loses that, we'll be back down to this imbalance at this 190 area. What do I see for NIO? NIO is holding up very nicely. We got a big rejection on the daily time frame. I think that there's a chance it could actually rebound a bit and retest 7.85 and maybe get its way closer to $8. Could get very close to 8 and then reject again. But I think that NIO will come back down to 7.5 and just cool off a little bit. I think the market could slow it down temporarily for a week or so. And then we're going to get another really nice bounce and start uptrending as we approach December 23rd. I think there's more upside coming for NIO. It's trying to break out, but the market in Tesla could slow it down just a little bit. It could kind of like pop a little bit, come back down, retest 7.5, and then just try to continue from there. Also, look at the daily time frame. Notice how it kind of like popped and dropped 2 days in a row. So we might see something similar tomorrow with a pop, a retest of 7.85 to $8, a rejection back down, and then we'll see how the market affects it for the next couple of trading days. But then I expect a very big bounce very, very later on. All right, guys, so that's it for this one. Hopefully this video was helpful. I just want to call out that NIO is starting to uptrend on the daily time frame looking at the MACD. Same thing on the 4-hour time frame. NIO is starting to uptrend. We're curling very nicely. Look for another pump and drop. If it does cool off just temporarily, it's going to be okay because I think NIO could uptrend as we approach the end of this year. And I think we're going to get a very bullish breakout in 2024. So I'm not losing faith in NIO. I just wanted to call out these levels. Please remain calm, cool, and collected, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully this video was helpful. Watch for NIO to backtest 7.85, and if that breaks, we could get very close to $8. We could get a rejection, come back down to where we are now, if not a little bit lower. So look for a pop and drop, and then we'll see how the market affects us as well. But just know that Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, these stocks have some bearish technicals, so just be very careful. With that said, thank you for listening. Have a great day, and peace out.